What are you sure that Atiku and PDP are after? Taking and converting Nigeria's assets and commonwealth. Between 1979 and 1998, Nigeria invested about $100 billion to establish public enterprises. 16 years of PDP and Atiku ensured these assets were sold for a meager $1.6 billion to themselves and their cronies at ridiculously giveaway prices. Obasanjo and Atiku sold the Aluminium Smelter Company of Nigeria, Ascon, Ikotabasi, worth $3.2 billion for a paltry sum of $130 million. They also sold Delta Steel Company worth $1.5 billion to a company that did not participate in the bidding process for $30 million. Nitel was stripped bare of its multi-billion-dollar assets by companies masquerading as genuine investors but were basically fronts for successive PDP government officials. The racket involving Nitel's assets was the subject matter of the criminal investigation of U.S. Congressman Jefferson's bribe to Atiku when he was vice president that culminated in his conviction by an American court. Name them all: African Petroleum, Nikon Insurance, the power distribution companies, all sold to cronies for peanuts. All these enterprises are inefficient and have sacked a lot of workers without pension. Abubakar Atiku, the man who superintended over the failed and corrupt privatization process between 1999 and 2007, has promised to sell the NNPC if he becomes president.
The long and short story is that I am committed to privatizing NNPC. I said it.
The question is to whom and at what cost? Without a doubt, it is clear that Atiku and PDP want to come back to continue from where he stopped in 2007. Atiku is after buying NNPC for himself, using cronies who would milk this valuable national asset dry.
Are my friends not entitled to be enriched?
And leave it in ruins as they have done to previously privatized companies. Nigerians, be wise.
We got a letter from America in June 2006 listing a number of people to be investigated. Atiku was one of them. Atiku was one of them. That letter went straight to EFCC. It was just shown to me, because they will not be able to investigate my number two without my saying, okay, if we get this letter from America, so be it. And I could not, in good conscience, ask my number two to be investigated. But the Americans wrote and asked, among others, that he should be investigated. And that we cannot rule out. So at that time, politically, I needed to carry him along. Politically, I needed to carry him along. But I don't know whether he can go to America now. Do you know? I'm asking you, do you know?
I know he travels.
To where? He travels to where? To Dubai?
Okay, guys, good afternoon. So I want to talk about why you shouldn't vote that guy called Atiku Abubakar. Okay, now what happened to Buhari is the same thing that is happening to Atiku Abubakar. Remember, Buhari contested for Nigerian presidency for 4 good times before he won. And when he won that election, he came to say that he's for nobody and he's for everybody. Now, that statement, the underlying truth about that statement is that I am for myself. Okay, what does that mean? See, when Buhari contested for 4 good times, he lost his wealth. Money went. You use money to run election. Okay, so when he won that election, he was after recovering all the money he has lost in previous trials. So when he did that, what did he do? He made sure that he made himself the Minister of Petroleum for a couple of months so that he used it to recover his money. At least for now, that is one of the richest, portfolio in Nigeria. So Buhari made sure he made himself the Minister of Petroleum for months, and some other portfolio were also not covered for over how many months. It took Buhari several months to appoint his cabinet members. Now, if you might even check sef, probably was collecting money, salary for those ministries. Okay, but that's the same mistake we are about to do if we vote Atiku, if Atiku mistakenly becomes Nigerian president. Alright, Atiku has even gotten a worst case scenario because Atiku has contested for 6 good times now. If Atiku wins this election, he is going to make sure he recovers his wealth because he has spent money in the sea several times he has tried to contest for Nigeria's presidency. That is why you must not make that mistake. You can't try to vote Atiku to become Nigerian president and think that it's coming to work for us. If Atiku wins that election, he's going to make sure he recovers all his lost wealth. And this time in Nigerian history, we don't have money for someone to use and recover his lost wealth. We want someone who is coming to fix the nation, someone who has not contested before, someone who has not lost money in running election, and that is Peter Obi. That's why I'm saying be obedient. Make sure you are obedient. Both Peter Obi, we need massive vote. This is someone that will be able to pay our workers. This is someone that will be able to settle the ASU strike. This is someone that will be able to, also look at other resources of Nigeria, like the rich agricultural soil we have, and not just oil. Now, if we come to who should we listen to, who should you listen to when you are trying to decide for Atiku? Go and listen to someone that has worked closely with him, and that is OBJ, Obasanjo. Obasanjo will tell you that that guy is a devil, that guy is a thief, and that's what he is. Now, go again to his hometown where Atiku is from. When he was contesting election with against Buhari, he actually lost the polls in his own hometown, in his own unit. Now, that's to tell you at home that there is no charity. They say charity begins at home. If the people in his house cannot vote him, these are the people that knows him well. So there are two people that knows Atiku very well, and those people have shown us evidently. One is OBJ, former president of Nigeria, Obasanjo. The second one is the people of his hometown. They refused to vote him when he was contesting against Buhari. So if the people knows him very well and say this guy is not a good guy, we cannot vote him, how much more about others? So please, you cannot vote that guy called Atiku. He's not the right choice. He's not the right person. He's not coming for Nigeria. When he comes down, he will come and try to recover his wealth. And that is why you must not vote him. Don't try it. It's not a mistake you must do. We cannot repeat this mistake now. We did it for Buhari. We thought he was the angel. Some people deceive us and say that Buhari is the angel we need. And now we are still waiting. He probably is the fallen angel. Please don't make that mistake.